Hello, everybody. I'm Cam Robertson, your grade 12 coordinator, and I am here to give you a brief presentation, mainly about the grad list that I'm in the process of forming for grad in June. I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can take a look at the presentation that I put together. Again, this will be brief, but of course, as you may have heard, or may have read in the official communication, Grad 2021 will of course take place on June 11th at the Edmonton Expo Center grounds, and yes, will be a drive-in grad, okay? And we are very much looking forward to the opportunities that this presents and the ability, rain or shine, for us to provide a safe, COVID-friendly commencement ceremony for all of our members of the class of 2021. A specific time and of course other details will come. Do pay attention to students, pay attention to announcements, pay attention to communication regarding grad, and obviously parents, there will be more information coming home to you via your student or via email and other formal channels of communication. One reminder, and I know this is something that you should all know, but when we're talking about the grad list, we really need to make sure that we have the high school diploma requirements down pat. Again, it is your responsibility as a graduating or as a grade 12 student and as a parent to monitor your students' progress through their high school diploma requirements to ensure that they are able to participate in our June 2021 commencement ceremony, but the requirements are all there, right? 100 credits minimum, grade 12 ELA and social studies must be completed successfully. 20 level science and math must be completed successfully, so that's at the grade 11 level. Your phys ed 10 and comm must be completed successfully. And then a stickler sometimes for some students is having those 10 grade 12 level credits that are in addition to your English and your social. I know some of you are working to achieve that credential as we speak. And then lastly, 10 credits in any of the following, whether it be CTS, Fine Arts, or Second Language, phys ed 20 or 30, KNE, RAP, or other approved courses. The majority of you would have completed that credential actually in your grade 10 year. If you have any questions about diploma requirements, again, do not hesitate to send me a note or have a conversation with me so that we can talk about it, okay? And being on track to achieve those high school credentials is the main way that you get your name on the grad list. The grad list is the list that I put together that determines who will participate in our commencement ceremony on June the 11th. So it is a very important list that grade 12 students need to be attentive to. I am giving you this video right now because in about a week's time, the first grad list will be posted. And the requirements to have your name on that list, of course, you see on your screen. If you have a minimum of 80 credits by the end of quarter 2, then that's obviously a requirement that you need to reach. If you did not have at least 80 credits by the end of quarter 2, then if you haven't, in the first month of quarter 3, achieved that through some work in modules, then your name would not be on the grad list. Okay. A minimum of 90 credits by the end of quarter 3. Obviously, in quarter 2, you will have 2 or maximum of 2 timetabled courses. And you are expected to be at the minimum of a 90 credit mark by the end of quarter 3. One important piece that you need to track as you complete your quarter 3 and quarter 4 courses is that you need to have a minimum of 50% achievement in any required course throughout, okay? So it must be maintained throughout quarter 3 and quarter 4 to stay on the list. So in my list that I am compiling for next week, if you're in an English or your grade 12 English or your grade 12 social studies course and you do not have a 50%, obviously that's a required course. So your name would not be on the list. Okay, and in order to get your name on the list in the future, then you would need to, of course, raise that level of achievement to a passable grade and then your name would get added. If you're enrolled in work experience, you need to be contributing your hours, and those hours need to be compiled and submitted by the end of Q3 for you to use those, for us to tabulate the credits that you would be earning, and for those credits to count, of course, to what you are earning in the pursuit of those 100 credits. If you're completing coursework through our at-home learning program, or through our Academic Achievement Center, or through ADLC, Alberta Distance Learning Center, you must be in progress with that coursework at a rate that will ensure completion within the quarter. And know that that is something that I look at and I determine in terms of whether or not that where you're at in that coursework will actually translate into completion by the end of the quarter. Okay, so again, that's if you're doing module-based coursework through one of those programs, that's an important one. And because that is very independent work, it is something that you need to be working very hard at and on to ensure that you are, I can reasonably say that you are going to be able to complete that course by the time that you will need to complete it. Of course, other factors do come into play in terms of your name on the grad list, including attendance, including behavior. Those do affect my decision in terms of placing you on the grad list and ensuring your participation in commencement. Okay, so first grad list is going to be posted next week. You can expect that before the end of Q3, so probably in that week after spring break, a updated grad list will be posted, and perhaps students who did not get their name on the first grad list may get their name on the second grad list. Perhaps students who may have their name on the first grad list and maybe have faltered somewhat in their coursework and are struggling to achieve success may have their name removed from the grad list on that second posting. So just know that your name can go on, your name can come off based on your progress through your work, your achievement in those required courses. Okay. I think that is all. If you have questions about the grad list, by all means, do get into contact with me. If you have questions about grad, and again, more details are certainly going to be coming, by all means, do get into contact with me as well. And have a good remainder to your week. Thanks very much. And I will see you probably in another presentation. Bye.